Alright, so these are some pieces of music that I generated locally on my computer using a free and open source AI model called AsapGuide 1.5. Before I show you how you can install that model on your computer, let me just play some examples that I created using that model. So this one is, I believe, a lo-fi music. Okay, as you can hear, there is no vocal whatsoever. This one is the type of music that can be used for commercial. Let me just play this. Alright, this one is country music. Okay, that's pretty good. And this one is a disco from the 1980s. Okay, so these were generated again by an open source AI model called AsapGuide 1.5, and there are some good reasons of why you might want to use this model to generate instrumental music or background music for your project. This model is basically commercial ready. It was trained using licensed data or royalty-free data, so you don't have to worry about copyright, and that means you can use the music for YouTube videos, for commercial advertisements, etc. Or maybe you can generate music that could be used for a background music during your study or work. That's one use case. And also, it is quite consumer hardware friendly. It runs locally with less than 4 gigabytes of video memory. So that is very, very lightweight. And in this video, I'm going to show you on how you can install this model easily on your computer. And then later, I'll show you how you can generate instrumental music using that model, because creating instrumental song is a bit more tricky compared to just creating a song with lyric. But anyway, let me show you how you can use this model. And by the way, if you have installed this model on your computer, I guess you can skip this video for a few minutes and then come back later and I'll show you how you can generate the instrumental song. But anyway, the simplest way to get this model running on your computer is by using 12GP. It is a tool that is very popular, and that's actually the tool that I use to run the model. But 12GP is, well, not very easy to install, at least for most people. So instead, we want to use a package manager that can run or install 12GP quickly. And for that, I do recommend using Stability Matrix. You can open Google and search for Stability Matrix. Let's just search that on Google, and you can open this GitHub link, and you can scroll down, and then you can click download on the system that you have on your computer. It is available for Windows, Linux, and macOS. And after that, you can run the setup file. Let me just open mine on my PC. And this is the onboarding process of 12GP. You can enable portable mode, and I do recommend to do that because this will make sure that every single component models will be stored within the same directory as the setup file. I think that's going to make the file organization simpler. I'm going to click continue. This is optional. I will click don't share, and you can skip this first time setup. Now, after that, in the packages menu, you can click add package and then scroll down a bit and find a tool called 12GP. So this is the same 12GP as this one, but we can just install it with one click. So there's going to be a green button that says install. You can click it, and then you can click install and just wait until it finishes. It might take several minutes, maybe even hours, depending on your internet speed. But after that, you can run 12GP on your computer without doing some complicated command line stuff. It is as simple as that. This is one click install. It's pretty cool. Anyway, I'm going to close this because I already have the version with 12GP. So let me just open mine. It looked like this basically. So navigate to packages and then click launch on 12GP. Now just wait for the server for the environment to initialize, and then after that you can open 12GP on your computer via a browser. So it's running on the browser, but it is still utilizing the hardware of your computer. Okay, it might take several seconds, 20 or maybe 30 seconds to start the program. Just wait for it, and you will see a link that you can open in a browser. Okay, let me just prepare the browser. All right, it might take quite a while. Okay, usually it's not this slow. For some reason, it is a bit slower. Oh, there you go, finally. Okay, so this is the link that you can click, and it should open your browser. There you go. So it will open the Chrome browser, Firefox, depending on what browser that you use on your computer. Now, in this case, I'll actually open that in my incognito window because for some reason, the audio preview doesn't work in the normal browser. I don't know why, but anyway, it doesn't change anything. So this is the 12GP interface, and basically we want to run AsapStep 1.5. So to do that, you can click this and then navigate to TTS and then select AsapStep 1.5 Turbo. That is the latest. Maybe there's going to be version 2, version 3, 4, or 5 in the future, but right now, as I'm recording this video, this is the latest version. And after that, you can select the variation. This is the biggest one, LM4B, but if you're not so sure whether or not your computer can run the model, you can start with the 0.6B, and then if it seems to be okay, then you can jump to 1.7 and eventually 4B. So just see which one can run well on your computer. Now, after that, we are ready to generate music using this AI model. So here for the LM chain of thought pre-processing, you can select either refine caption or determine best song duration based on lyrics and music caption. So if you want to let AI to decide the music duration, you can select this option, the last option with 3+, but you can also just select this, and you can select the you can choose the duration later. Now in this case, I'll select this, so AI will decide everything. And for the audio task, I'll select text, lyrics to audio. There are actually other options for using other songs as a reference, but I'm not going to talk about that. For now, we'll just use prompting to generate audio. Now here is the most challenging part, because even though it says that you can just write instrumental and then you can describe the genre or instruments right here, when I'm doing that, usually the music is either repetitive or not sound very good. So the prompting here is very, very important. You want to get the best quality music, and therefore you want to use the best prompting technique. And so far, there is one technique, one template that I use, and it seems to be very consistent. So this is the prompt that I use. Actually, the actual prompt is only this section. This one at the bottom is just the example that AI must follow. So you can copy this. This should be available in the description down below. I'm going to copy this. And after that, you can open ChatGPT or Gemini or DeepSeek, depending on which AI tool that you use the most. And in this case, I'll just use Perplexity AI. And after that, you can paste that. So here at the very top, you can choose maybe the genre or the purpose of the music. It could be music for YouTube videos, for documentary video, or perhaps to just help you relax. It's up to you. This is where you can specify the kind of music or instrumental music that you want AI to generate. Now, in this case, let's say I want music for documentary video. So that's going to be my purpose of creating this music. And you don't have to change anything. So this is, again, just an example for AI. So it will adapt based on this template. After that, you can select the model. In this case, I'll just use GPT, send a message, and just wait for AI to generate the prompt and also the caption. Okay, so this is the prompt. And then after that, we will get the caption. Okay, so it's there. Now I'm going to copy this, starting from instrumental all the way to this section. Let me just copy that. And I'm going to delete this prompt or lyric, put a new one, and I'll copy this music caption. You don't have to use all of them. You can maybe use some of them. Let's say I'll just pick this section and I'll just paste that right here at the bottom that says music caption. Now, here you can enter the value for BPM, key scale, time signature, or language, but honestly, I'm not a music expert, so I'm not going to touch any of that. But if you do happen to understand these, then feel free to customize your own values. Okay, so after that, you can click generate and just wait for the model to be loaded. Now, if you don't have the model on your computer, it should be downloaded automatically, and in this case I already have the model, and it should be start loading the model, and it will start generating the instrumental music based on my input or based on my settings. So the process might take several minutes or maybe seconds depending on your hardware, so I'll just skip a while and I'll show you the result. Okay, so finally, after about 2 minutes, I got the result. Let me just play the audio. Yeah, honestly, it's not really following the prompt accurately, and honestly, it's actually my prompt because I just asked for documentary music. It could be anything. That's why I think AI is kind of confused about what exactly the music that you want. So make sure that you are specifying the music that you want AI to generate. But I created another example. This one is jazz, and I think it sounds a lot better because I specified that I want jazz that sounds energetic. So I'm going to play this audio. Okay, that sounds way better. So that's basically how you can generate instrumental song locally on your computer using open source AI model, which is AsapGuide version 1.5. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on my next video. Have a great day.